So from today onwards, I'll be taking for class 7 and 8 also. Sorry that I hadn't posted any videos. So as a restart, again I'll be talking about class 8's biology, crop production and management part 1. So from this will be the start for the class 8 compilation. So for this there will be two parts, part 1 and part 2. So this will be the part 1. So in part 1 we are going to see what is agriculture, what are crops, cropping patterns, agricultural practices. So what is agriculture? Agriculture is a Latin word. Ager means field and culture means cultivation. So, is the practice of cultivating plants and raising animals for food and fiber and other essential products? Yes. Plays a vital role in sustaining human life and supporting the economy? Of course, agriculture sustains human life and supports the economy, and the practice of cultivating plants and raising animals for food and fiber and other essential products, of course. So, farmers use the various techniques to grow crops and manage soil health and care for livestock. So, agriculture has evolved, and with advancements in technology and sustainable practices to meet the growing needs of the global population. By learning about agriculture, students can better understand the importance of sustainable farming and impact of their food choices on the environment and society. As you can see in this picture, there are two types of agriculture. One is rearing, cultivating plants, and another is raising and rearing animals for food and fiber. So, for class 8, you will be learning only about cultivating plants and how to grow plants in the fields and how to get proper seeds. You learn about all of this in this chapter. So what is crops? What are crops exactly? So crops are plants of the same type are grown and cultivated in a field at a large scale is called crops. So crops can be widely categorized into four main types: food crops, cash crops, plantation crops, and horticulture crops. So what comes to your mind when you say food crops? Yes, food crops such as grains, legumes, and vegetables are cultivated for human. What comes to your mind when you say cash crops? Will plants grow cash? No. So cash crops like cotton, tobacco, sugarcane, or any other crop which are grown for commercial purposes only. So if you sell cotton or sugarcane, that becomes a commercial business, right? So that is why they are called cash crops. So what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when we say plantation crops? Of course, tea, coffee, rubber, and many other things which are grown on large estates. And lastly, horticulture crops. Of course, you might have studied about horticulture crops. So, horticulture crops encompasses fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants cultivated for their aesthetic value or nutritional benefits. For this chapter, you are going to only learn about food crops, how to grow food crops, how to plow, and all of this stuff you will be learning in part 1 and part 2. So, food crops. How many types of food crops are there? So, there are two types of food crops: kharif crops and rabi crops. So a rich variety of crops are grown in different parts of the country. But two broad cropping patterns can be identified on the based on particular seasons. So kharif crops or summer crops. These are sown in rainy season, and of course they are sown in June and July and harvested at the end of the September. So these are the kharif crops, and the below will be rabi crop. Yes, corn, maize, sesame, peas, those are rabi crops. So the crops which are sown around mid-November or October, probably after the monsoon rains are over, and harvesting begins in April, May, and the crops are grown either with rainwater that has percolated into the ground or using irrigation. Good rain in winter spoils the rabi crop, but it is good for kharif crops. So if you pass on some fields while you are traveling and you see some of the crops which are submerged in water, those are kharif crops. Even a little bit of rain is okay for rabi crops, but not too much like a thunderstorm or violent cyclone or anything which won't be preferable for the rabi crops. Okay, let us move on. So agricultural practices. So in this agricultural practices there are 6 types: preparation of soil, sowing, manuring, irrigation, harvesting, and storing. So in this in this agricultural practices, you will be only learning about preparation of soil in part 1. The rest 5 are you will be learning in part 2. So let us move on to preparation of soil. So what are agricultural practices? Of course, in agricultural practices, the first step is preparation of soil. So there will be plowing, leveling, manuring. So these 3 are the main important steps before sowing. So without any preparation on the soil, so just imagine if you just put the vegetables, not even chopped or added spice, any spice, sesame flakes like that, and will it be nice? So what if you eat a raw cabbage or beetroot? Will it be nice? No, right? So serving is like that. So without adding any spices, salt, sugar or anything, without adding that, the plants won't grow. So preparation of soil takes a lot of days or even sometimes months due to the natural disasters. So plowing, the process of loosening and turning the soil is called plowing or tilling. It is done by using a plow. So the benefits of loosening and turning the soil are: plants' roots can penetrate freely and deeper. It helps in removing unwanted seeds and weeds. Of course, seeds, there will be some unwanted seeds that birds will carry and they will drop it in the field and go. So those unwanted seeds will be uh, poisonous for both plant and us also. So leveling. The plowed soil becomes loose. Therefore, there are chances of being blown away by wind or being washed away. To prevent soil erosion, the plowed soil is leveled by pressing it with an wooden or iron lever. Manuring. The continuous growing of crops makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. So therefore, farmers add certain manure to the fields to replenish the soil. So let us move on to the next one. So what are agricultural implements? So to make this plowing, leveling and manuring possible, these three tools are used to make these three steps possible in preparation of soil. So plow is the most ancient tool which is used for tilling the soil, adding manures and fertilizers, removing weeds, scraping the soil. So hoe, a farm or garden tool. Of course, some of you have hoe with a thin a flat blade at nearly a right angle to a long handle that is used especially for weeding and loosening the earth. The cultivator, farm implement or machine designed to stir the soil around a crop and as it matures to promote growth and destroy weeds. So as you can see in this right, that is the plow, and that beam that is known as the white color, that is known as plowshare, and those are a plow shaft. So this is the cultivator. So can you see the difference between the plow and the cultivator? How many plow shaft it has? How many plow shaft it has? It has at least 10. So it saves labor and time also. The cultivator saves labor and time as it is driven by a tractor. So tractor helps it to move on. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope that part 2 will be reaching you soon. So thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to TJ Vlogs. Thank you.